Hey guys, what is going on? Lego Man 123 are back with another video, and today, sir, I'll be sharing my thoughts today on the recently released Lego Harry Potter set 75978, which is Diagon Alley, and this is a 16 plus set. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first we'll start with the minifigs included in this set. The first minifig is Hagrid, or Rubius Hagrid, and I believe this is the same variant as we've gotten in other sets. We've actually got Hagrid in, apart from the Bob-Adams Academy arrival from, I believe, Wave 2 of Harry Potter sets, but apart from that, he's pretty much the exact same, with the same sort of body printing, the umbrella piece, and then the beard, and then possibly maybe his facial expressions are the same. The next two minifigs are Fred or George or Fred. I'm not 100% sure on which is which, but I really like these variants. I like how their torso print is very similar. They have the same design for the jacket they're wearing with the lines, but then they each have a different color sort of shirt or something. One of them have an orange one and the other one has this really nice sort of green one, and then their tie is different. One is one is red and then the other one is orange, and then they both have the Weasley sort of symbol there. I think that is definitely really cool. And then they have this really nice sort of lined shirt as well. We have one yellow with red stripes and then a pink one with white stripes. I kind of wish there was maybe some leg printing. I think that would have definitely looked really cool, but I really do like their face expressions. And I kind of hope they don't have the same face expressions, but if they do, it doesn't worry me too much. But I do like the two face expressions on Fred or George or Fred. Next we have Molly Weasley, and I think this is definitely a really interesting variant because I believe the only Molly Weasley we've gotten is from the Borrow set from, I can't actually remember when it came out, but I believe that's the only other variant we've gotten of her, so it's great to get a Chamber of Secrets version of her. I really like the hairpiece I actually chose for Molly Weasley. Her torso print is definitely really cool with her sort of, almost sort of woolly shirt of some sort. Not 100% sure on it, and then some white sort of printing or a cream color there, and then some red, and then a bit of brown. I kind of wish there was some printing on the dress piece because we've seen Lego do it before on, I believe, the Dumbledore from the Clock Tower set, and then I believe some other printing on the dress pieces from Harry Potter characters. So it would have been really nice to get some dress piece on that really nice sort of brown color, and then her facial expression does look pretty nice as well. Then we have Ginny Weasley, and I think this is a nice variant for her. I really do like her torso print with the sort of pink, sort of purple color, and then some, I believe that's orange line detailing there, or maybe a dark red, but then this sort of knot tied up in a red color definitely does look really cool. And then the hairpiece for her is, I think, a pretty nice piece for her in the Chamber of Secrets version for Ginny, but I kind of wish they maybe did a different face expression for her because I believe her face and facial expression is the exact same as Susan Bones. Next we have the trio. We have Ron, Hermione, and Harry. I really like the uniform piece they're actually wearing. I think it has a really nice print on it for the Gryffindor logo, and then the hood sort of piece with the red, and then the sort of almost cloak part on them. I think that's some really nice printing. And then they just have some really nice short legs as well in a really nice color. I believe they do all use the same face expression and hairpiece from the variants from the Chamber of Secrets, and then I believe the Philosopher's Stone. Next we have Lucius Malfoy, and this is probably my favorite minifig from this set because this is the first variant of him we're actually getting in this new wave of Harry Potter sets. I really like the torso and leg printing, with this sort of almost animal fur he is wearing in I believe that's a red color, and then the sort of snake printing looping around him is definitely really cool, and then this sort of scale printing on him, and then this buckle at the top there, and then I really like how the torso print begins at the torso and then also continues down to the legs with the cloak. but I kind of wish they maybe gave him like a Pacific piece for like his sort of staff he does have, because it's like a really cool sort of staff he does have with like a snake head and all that. I would definitely love to see that. I believe it's Lex Luthor, maybe Superman. I think that variant for like his facial expression definitely does work, but I kind of wish they maybe went with maybe a bit more of a different one. I think it still works really nice, and then I believe the hairpiece in the blonde coloring is definitely really cool as well. Next we have Draco Malfoy, and I think this is definitely a really great variant, because I believe we've only gotten one version of Draco in like his younger years, which was from the Great Hall set, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I really like that hairpiece in that blonde coloring. The face expression he is pulling is definitely really cool as well, with like one of his eyebrows up and the other one down. And then I'm really glad we're getting like, I believe, another variant of like this sort of Slytherin uniform. Definitely really nice printing on that. Next we have Gilderoy Lockhart, and I believe this minifig and variant of him is actually exclusive, because we haven't got a minifig of Gilderoy Lockhart in any of the Harry Potter sets, but I'm really glad we actually get him in this set. But I kind of wish they maybe gave like his torso and leg printing with like the blue suit he actually does wear in the Diagon scene he actually is in like the bookstore, because I think the purple suit he only does wear at Hogwarts with like Defense Against the Dark Arts and all that, but I might be wrong about that. But I still really like the actual colour for his suit with like this sort of light purple, and then the printing on the torso is definitely really cool, like the sort of crease printing, and then this really nice sort of green and yellow with some really nice sort of yellow pattern on it. Like shirt he does wear, and then an ascot in a nice dark purple and then sort of a light purple. I believe that might be an ascot. And then the cape he does actually have is definitely really cool as well. And then the facial expression is definitely my favourite, because it kind of does remind me of whoever did play Gilderoy Lockhart, with like the sort of facial expression he would pull, and it definitely does like have that sort of facial expression of Gilderoy Lockhart. And then the hairpiece I believe might be exclusive to this minifig, but I'm not 100% sure, and then that colour is definitely really nice. Next we have Ollivander, and I believe this is the exact same version as the micro scale version of Diagon Alley, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I really do like the torso printing on him with like the sort of light and dark red sort of top he does wear, and then like this really nice sort of brown part inside of the red, and then like this really nice sort of grey vest he does wear, and then like another ascot I believe, and then possibly maybe like another shirt under that with like a really nice sort of cream colour. But I kind of wish there was maybe some leg printing on him. But his facial expression definitely does look really cool with like the sideburns, the sort of bushy eyebrows, and then like this sort of smile, and then the hairpiece definitely does look great as well. Next we have the owner of the ice cream parlor. Definitely a really interesting minifig to actually have in this set, because I believe we don't actually see him or like hear about him in any of the Harry Potter movies. I believe he might be in like the first couple of books, so I think it's definitely really interesting how LEGO actually put this minifig in a set, because it's definitely a really big risk. But I think this minifig definitely does look really great. He has some really nice torso printing with like this sort of jacket he is wearing. I think it definitely does look really cool with like an interesting pattern, like the pockets, and then the color of his sleeves definitely do look nice in this sort of orangey brown color, and then the bow tie he does wear, and also a really nice facial expression with like the beard, the golden sort of glasses, the bushy eyebrows, and then a really nice hairpiece. Then finally we have the photographer when Harry or Gilderoy Lockhart are at the bookstore. Once again, another really interesting minifig to actually have in this set, because I believe he was only in like the Chamber of Secrets for like maybe 5 minutes, maybe max. I'm not 100% sure, and he might have been in the books, but I'm not too sure on that either. But I think it's a interesting minifig as well, because he definitely does have some really nice torso printing with like the green and then like the sort of creamy design for like the lines, and then like this really nice sort of vest, and then maybe a bow tie in the black coloring, or it might be an ascot, and then like a white shirt under that. Some really nice printing on the head as well, with like the eyebrows and like the sort of creases or like whatever they are under his eyes. I think that definitely does look really cool, and also like on the side of his eyes, like wrinkles, and then like a really nice beard, and then the hair and hat combo definitely does look great. I really like the hair and hat combo for like the molding and the shaping of it. And now moving on to the build, this is definitely a pretty amazing build. I believe it might be smaller than the microscale version of Hogwarts, because I believe that might be a little bit more bigger in pieces compared to this set. But apart from that, this set does look beautiful. I love the design for each of the stores or shops, how much detail they have in them, the sort of inside detailing as well, and then the outside definitely does have a lot of great detailing with like pieces and like the features with like the windows, the design, definitely really cool. And I really like how instead of just having like plain base plates and not like having any detail on like the excess parts for the base plates, they have this really nice path as well for like each of the stores, and like I really like how they actually have that. And then just the amount of color is definitely really cool. And I really like how with this they didn't just go with like one sort of movie where you actually do see Diagon only. They actually have a different sections from different movies. Like we have Ollivanders from movie 1. We have, I believe we don't actually see Quidditch like suppliers in any of the Harry Potter movies, but it's definitely great seeing that. And then we have Weasley shop, I believe, like the sort of magic and all that sort of shop at the end, and that's in movie 6. So that's definitely really cool how they just didn't go with like one designated sort of part of Diagon Alley from one movie. I really like that. And then each of the shops or stalls also have some pretty awesome detailing inside. I really like how they just didn't have like an empty store for each of the shops. Like I really like how they actually put the effort into actually filling it as much as they could, like whatever that store was. So like for Ollivander's, just pretty much full of like sort of boxes full of wands, and a really nice new piece for like the wands, and it actually does fit the wands, which I think is definitely really cool. And then the quality Quidditch supplies definitely does have a lot for like sort of Quidditch and all that, and we actually do get 2 exclusive torso prints for Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw for their Quidditch uniform, which is definitely great. The only downfall for the sort of quality Quidditch supplies and the Daily Profit is that the Daily Profit is pretty much like that small section there with like the door, so I kind of wish they maybe expanded on that a little bit more. And then we have Flourish and Blunts, definitely, or like Blutz, definitely a lot of detail in that, left like the books and all that. Some really nice pieces, I believe, with like the clip and bar for like the books, and like you can open them up. And then we have the Florin Fortis, that's a really hard name, very sorry about that, ice cream parlor. Definitely some really nice detailing in that as well. But then we have Weasley's Wizarding Weasels, not 100% sure on that part, but definitely really cool inside with like all the color, definitely really great. And then I really like how instead of just having like the sort of Diagon Alley part, they actually have Nocturne Alley, which is like the part there, and it's a little more easier to see actually where Hagrid is coming out with like the black coloring. Really like how they included that as well. So I believe this set would possibly maybe be like $400. It really does depend on where you actually live, because different prices are in different sort of places. But here in Australia, I believe it might possibly be maybe like $400, or maybe like something a little over, maybe like $420. And I honestly think that's definitely worth it, because each of the builds and like the sections for this set are definitely pretty amazing. Like all the color, the detailing in and outside of the store, the colors, just everything looks perfect about like the different stores. I kind of wish maybe we got different minifigs or like different sort of variants of them, maybe like an updated version of maybe like Gilderoy Lockhart, maybe like his blue suit. I think that would have worked a lot more better. Molly Weasley could have had some printing on her dress piece, and then Ginny Weasley, I think we could have got a better version of her. And then Hagrid, I think that's definitely a great inclusion, because in the first movie, The Philosopher's Stone, Hagrid's the one who actually does introduce Diagon Alley to Harry, because I feel like if you weren't to have Hagrid in this set, there'd be like no Diagon Alley to Harry, because without Hagrid, Harry would have never got introduced to Diagon Alley. So it's really important that Hagrid's actually in this set. I also really like the owl we're actually getting in this set as well, and that really nice sort of cream color. That owl might be a new sort of variant of owl, but I'm not 100% sure. And then all the stickers in this set definitely do look great as well. A lot of really nice stickers with some great detailing. But the sticker down here with Ollivander does worry me a bit, because like if you have to line it up to make it look good, that might be a little hard. And then like some of the signage as well definitely does look really cool. I also really like how they do have like the hat there with like the Weasley shop. I think that definitely does look really cool. So I'll be probably definitely picking this set up, and I believe it has already released here in Australia, or it may take maybe a couple more days to actually release in all stores here in Australia. But this set I'm definitely going to pick up, and it may take quite a while because of its price, and as I did say, I think it's definitely really worth it. So, hope you guys did enjoy this video as much as I did making it, because I really did enjoy sharing my thoughts and opinions on the LEGO Harry Potter Diagon Alley set. I would definitely love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below, and as always guys, hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I can see you so. Goodbye!